Shalom, family of Israel. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Came across this channel. The name of this woman's channel, I'll go ahead and give it to you, is Little Apostate. I like what she has to say. She's looking, she's seeking, she's searching for something, man. She's wise. She's a young lady. I think that this woman here is a kind, gentle soul, man. She's looking for something. And I've been over on her page on this video here. If you went over and you saw the many comments that I've left, well over a dozen already. In fact, the video was so good, I just thought that I had to go ahead and play this video so that younger women can see the truth. Because this woman here, she's got it. She's seeking it. She's questioning this reality. And I'd like to shove her in the right direction. So, Brother Sean, you might want to go over there to this porn plus feminism equals disaster for the human race. And I'm going to play this whole video because everything that she's saying is down to earth. It's the real deal. And she deserves the shout out. So here we go. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Thinking in Criminal. This is Little Apostate. And I apologize for my appearance. I just got back from the gym. And I wasn't planning on making a video, but my mind has been running really fast today, and a lot of people were like, "Can you just stop talking about porn now?" And I'm like, I honestly can't stop thinking about porn, and not in a sexual way, not in a craving way, but in the way where what I said really set people off to the point where right at this moment I'm still getting angry messages. I'm still getting, people agreeing with me, people hating me, whatever it is. I really struck a nerve with this porn thing. And I think something that has to do with it is it's really not something that people talk about often. But I've been kind of realizing it's very similar to, what I said. I said only weak men watch porn. And maybe that's harsh. I don't think
True.
that
It's true.
all men who watch porn are necessarily weak men. A lot
They
of them
are
great
weak,
men.
though.
I know some of them. They're good men.
I disagree.
But I think that watching porn is a weakness. I don't think it's good. I think it's really bad. And I'm starting to kind of realize, this porn. So the internet was a thing mostly on like college campuses like MIT or whatever in the 1980s, or used by politicians or the government. And that's what it really started for. And then, porn sites started becoming readily available at these college campuses. And it really changed the way people didn't have to go to stores anymore. They didn't have to embarrass themselves to go pick out that really weird VHS tape on BDSM or something. I don't know much about these kinky things. People have said some weird things on my threads and whatever. But anyways, the more I've been thinking about it, the more I'm like, well, this really does go deeper than I really allowed myself to think about. I'm very anti-transhumanism, very anti the globalist agenda, the global homo agenda. There's a lot, and I think porn.
Real quick, the transgender New World Order, that is the New World Order, folks. The New World Order is all the gays coming out of the closet. And you're going to see that, a third, maybe more, half this freaking world is all gay or think they're gay because of that man that was created on the sixth day, that was created him, one man, a male and female.
Was created to hurt men, just the same way that the feminist movement was created to hurt women. When you tell women, when you tell people like me as a kid that you can be whatever, you can be Mia Hamm, you can be a businesswoman, you can be boss boss bitch or whatever it is.
That's why I like what she's saying, because she's speaking real, folks. This woman's got some wisdom on her shoulders. She doesn't know where it comes from yet. As soon as she learns where her wisdom's coming from, boy, that light's going to strike on her.
That was, one of the first books I read in college was like Boss Something, and it was about a girl being her own boss. And ever since I was a kid, this was kind of hammered into you. Like, girls can do anything boys can do. And at the same time, this was being hammered into my head. Boys were being, they were being sold, not sold, but they were being exposed to pornography at a much younger age. So I was being told I could be me and him. They were being told they could be, jerking it as little kids. And that kind of set us on a path going completely opposite directions. So you have, girls who are going to grow up thinking they can be like a dude, and boys who are going to grow up thinking no woman is going to be like these women they see in porn, and that they can satisfy themselves and they don't need a woman to do that for them. And
I was there.
They don't need a man. They need themselves. So we were set on complete opposite paths. And I think that was completely on purpose. And it's just, the more I think about this, the more I'm realizing porn was sicked on young boys in the same way that feminism was sicked on young girls. And it's crazy to me because, like, the anger that accompanied these responses to me, the outright denial that porn could be something that is weak. It's a weak thing for a man to participate in. The responses to that reminded me of the way I feel when someone tells me, that it's my fault I ended up where I am now, where I'm, 30 years old. I am single. I live in a pod in a city, and unfortunately for me, I don't enjoy it like most people I know do. Unfortunately for me, I'm seeing what has been done to me. I'm seeing what I accepted from a very young age. And it's through fault of my own, and it's also through no fault of my own. It's a mix. There were definitely people who escaped it. There are definitely people who figured it out earlier, or they weren't interested. But for me, I didn't figure it out until COVID, really, that there was something up.
COVID. COVID. Certificate of vaccination identification. COVID-19, angel from the abyss, sheep to the slaughter. COVID backwards, Davok. Davok in Hebrew means Dibuk. Dibuk means evil spirits. It wasn't until COVID came out. Yeah, she's waking up.
I've been in very long relationships.
She's not awake yet.
All throughout my 20s, it was long.
See, she's been in a lot of relationships, and people are starting to wake up right now, and it's the relationships that are causing her the dysfunction. She's out there trying to possibly find something. Well, she's learning that she's not going to find anything in anybody. I don't think she's there any longer. But the dating scene will continue to destroy, because men that aren't serving the Spirit are weak. It's just that simple. And people that have the Spirit of God on them don't take shit from anybody, and they don't give a fuck what anyone thinks of them.
Relationships where I thought I was going to marry the person, but none of them worked out. And yes, most men I have dated have been porn users, and it's not to single any man out, but it's true. They've been. You
don't have to. That's
in a
freaking.
Way that made me feel inadequate, and
that's the whole freaking nation, people. If you're not watching porn, on this plane of existence, it's not the norm. This is why they've made pornography readily available. This is why it's so dangerous, because it's on the smartphones, and your kids are. I talk about this all the time. This is why I liked what this woman was talking about. This whole video just rocks what she's talking about, man. She's coming forward, a woman coming forward and talking about porn. And you guys know on my channel, I talk about the porn quite often. the industry and what it is and how it degrades and tears down the soul, man. You know, all these things that she's talking about. It's nasty. Here, let's listen some more.
You know, that sounds like an excuse, so I kind of don't even like saying that. But what I think I'm trying to get at is you know, most men I have dated have been porn users. Most men I've dated not only watch porn, but seeked pleasure elsewhere. And, you know, some of the responses that I got on this were like, oh, well, it's just because you couldn't satisfy a man, that's why you're so angry about men using porn. I think porn was
bullshit.
Created to hurt.
If someone left that comment on this woman's thread, man, he's a perv. He's a demon. He's got the devil on him. You know, when I was watching pornography, I had the devil on me. There's no way around it. If you're watching that stuff, you are the seed. There is no spirit on you. I can guarantee you. If you're watching pornography or any of that, you're fornicating, you're laying down with multiple partners, you do not have the spirit on you. You have to ask the Creator, the self-existing eternal Creator, the Spirit of the living, the Spirit of truth, to come upon your soul, because you are a jinn without the Spirit of God on you, man. We are breeding Nephilim in this plane of existence. Only a few
young boys who
will hear the message.
Grow up and be men, and then to hurt relationships. And I think feminism works the same way. As I was saying, I think they set men and women on completely two different paths, where women became whores and men became whores, and men ended up alone and women ended up alone. But women ended up alone in that they have foregone their reproductive desire, the desire to make babies. Like, you can see it with this whole Roe v. Wade thing. They all want to kill babies. Feminism and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. Same with porn and its consequences. They have been a disaster for the human race. Both of them are anti-procreation. Both of them are anti-love. It's becoming...
Love ain't what you think it is on this plane of existence, folks. Love is an illusion. It's just a word, okay? Watch what you say. Love spelt backwards is evil.
It's so clear to me right now that this is really what was done to pretty much my generation, and I'm terrified for what's going to happen to the next generation.
Me too.
I think the next generation is going to be like just all gay.
All gay. If we make it to the next generation, folks, I'm serious. And she's right, man. The whole New World Order thing is the gays coming out of the closet. That's all there is to it. And they are fucking everywhere.
Gay.
And they're devils.
And that's scary because it's not, you know, I don't dislike gay people. There are many gay people that I love. I have great relationships with.
And then this is where I told her, well, if you have great relationships with gay people, then you're insane yourself. You have a mental condition yourself, because you should not at all, any way, shape, or form, allow somebody to continue their lies and abomination. You understand that if you are a man that lays down with another man, or a woman that lays down with another woman, or even a person that says that it's okay, you are all mentally insane. Every single one of you. Okay? It is not the natural order for a man to be with a man or a woman to be with a man. So if you're out there and you're one of these people that you think that gay people are okay, then you're one that would leave a gay man with your 7-year-old son while you and your man go out on a date with one another. That's called insanity. You don't put a young child around a gay person, man, unless you want your child to be raped. It's that simple. You got to stand down. You can't play both sides of this fence. You know, I got friends that are gay. I used to have friends that are gay too. Guess what? I don't have friends that are gay anymore now. Because I told them that it's an abomination. Start telling your gay friends that it's an abomination, and watch how friendly they are with you then. Tell them what they're doing is wrong. Okay? That's when you know you have the Spirit on you. But still, this is probably the biggest thing that I disagreed with her about. You cannot be okay with a parent. You have to, as a parent, allowing your child to be gay, you have to instruct them and tell them that it's an abomination against the Spirit, man. All right? This is a spiritual war that's going on, man. And if you're behaving in those types of patterns, then you have Satan on you. That's all there is to it.
I think they're amazing people.
They're not.
But I think people have been really psychologically fucked with. And I mean, I've known this about...
Amazing people. Gays are not amazing people, all right? They are freaks. They're freaks, okay? It's not the natural order for a man to be with a man or a woman to be with a woman. Go ahead and see how... I challenge you, apostate. I challenge you to talk to your friends and tell them what they're doing is an abomination to the Lord, and then show them 21:8 of Revelations that says effeminates are an abomination to the Lord. Tell them that they're an abomination to the Lord and see how amazing they are to you then. Tell them. I challenge you. Tell them.
What the globalists were doing, and I knew it about feminism, but I really hadn't thought about it through the porn lens, because that's something I don't think about that often, because it's such a hush-hush thing. People don't usually like to talk about it. And I mean, last night when I was doing this, I brought up Call Her Daddy, which is abhorrent, but it really, that's where I think it became, like, things like Call Her Daddy is when it became cool for women to talk about sex in porn. And, you know, like, I remember, I think the one episode I watched, they were talking about how to give a blowjob and stuff, and it's just like, it's really nasty stuff. And it's, for men, it's the same thing. You know, they've been told through this creation, not of their own, through a man-made creation, that it is okay to lock yourself alone in a room and jack off to another man having sex with a woman. And it removes you from that interaction completely. The only thing about the connection to that interaction is that you're sitting in a room alone watching it, and it's on a screen.
And what's a screen, folks? A screen produces what? It produces an image. All right? We live in a West world. They are indoctrinating us with the television set. Get the fucking things out of your home. Get the smartphones out of your children's hands. You can't raise your child according to what this world wants you to have them be raised as. These phones and devices, folks, are weapons of mass destruction.
That just creates this disconnection from sex, from something that is a beautiful thing. And same with women, something that is a beautiful thing. Having babies, you know, sex is for reproduction.
She kind of stalled on that one, having babies. It's a beautiful thing. I wonder why she didn't say that. It would have been the third time in a row. Having babies is a beautiful thing if you bring them up by the Spirit. Seriously.
Sex is to bring life into this world. It has been completely obliterated. Completely.
If you ingrain in your child at a young age the Spirit of God, the fruits of the Spirit, the Creator, then you're going to bring up a child that serves the Spirit and is out there in the world turning people back to the Lord at a young age. This is why they ingrain children at such a young age. It's exactly why.
Everything that human beings are supposed to do, to love, to procreate, has been erased. And so me saying...
And then I address this as well, because this is something that you also have to know. See up there in the title, disaster for the human race. See, everybody on this plane of existence here thinks that there's one human race, and there's not. The Spirit, the Creator, created a Gentile race, nations. He created the United Nations, okay? And they are not human. The Gentile nations that were created on the 6th day of creation are not humans. This is how Satan has tricked us. He wants you believing that everybody on this plane of existence is one human race. It's not true. You have a serpent race that was created. They wear these beautiful meat suits, just like this woman here. They look just like this woman here. They're not humans. The only way that you're a human is if you have the Spirit on you. Okay? So you have two nations of people. You had a serpent race, and then you had a human race that was created later. This is what I addressed to her, all in written comments. A human race that was created later, and then the serpent race came in after the daughters of men became fine. That's Genesis 6:4, and then, or 6:5, 6:4 and 5. Or you read from 1 all the way fine. When the daughters of men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the sons of God saw that they'd become beautiful, took for themselves all that they chose. So then we started breeding Nephilim. The serpent race started laying down with God's chosen children, those that had the Spirit on them, and they started integrating into the Gentiles' pagan and heathen worship, the holidays, the 4th of July, the Christmas, the Thanksgiving, the New Year's Day, the Mother's Day, the Father's Day, the birthdays. It's all idol worship. Every single bit of it is idol worship. And I prove this stuff all in the scriptures. I don't play with scriptures. You watch my material, then you learn the truth. You learn the truth, you'll lose 90% of your audience. You'll have a fractal portion of your 5,000 people. You start talking about this information here, but then now you're reaching for eternal salvation with the Creator. You're not going to be with what He created that was evil. So always know that we are breeding out. Okay, this is why the Lord says you're to test a person by its fruits, meaning that you talk to them about the Spirit of God. If they flee from you, or they bring up Jesus as God, then you know they're the devil. This is why people got to understand that Christianity is devil worship. They are not good people, and it's terrible. It's a terrible thought to think that you're like my aunt, who's worshiped Jesus all of her life. She's worked hard all of her life. She had a nice retirement. She's got a nice home. She's got a nice, cush, easy retirement going on all of her life. The only problem is she worships Jesus Christ as God. And Jesus Christ, I prove over and over and over, wants to be. He might be the God. He might be the God. Not that He is, not that He will be, but He might. Folks, we are breeding out vampires on this plane of existence. Why do you think they create so many damn vampire movies? Because Jesus in John 6:56 says, "For my flesh is good food and my blood is good drink. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me and I in him." Folks, that is a vampire. Jesus is the God of the dead. He wants to be the God of both the dead and the living. I hope that this girl here, man, because she is on the fence right now and she is searching, and I hope that I can bring her to the rightful worship of the Spirit of God, the Spirit, the Spirit, the Spirit, the Creator, the Spirit of truth, the Spirit of the living Spirit. Not the living Spirit created the spirit of the dead, folks. Do you understand that? He created nations of dead people. They're called the Walking Dead. They're making movies for all of you Christians about it. They're calling you the zombie apocalypse. They're mocking you right in your face. You are the Walking Dead. The only way you can be saved is to turn back to the Spirit of truth and ask Him to place that Spirit on you so that the scales will be ripped off of your eyes. And then you'll know what it is to have bleeding eyes. You think you have shame. She talks a little bit about shame, and she's absolutely correct in this video. I've already watched it. She talks a little bit about shame. And you should feel shame, because once the scales come off your eyes, there's nothing but shame in your heart. Let's go ahead and continue.
Saying like this, my visceral reaction, my pain, my own pain in recognizing that I fell for the biggest psyop that was meant to drag this out probably for longer than I've let it go on. I'm hoping I woke up in time to get married and have kids and all that.
You might not have.
For men, it's something that is so rarely talked about because it is such a private thing. I think men have been fucked with so hard. It's such a private thing, and it's such a shameful act that of course they're going to react with complete anger when I say something about it, because it wasn't their fault that this was shown to them. This was on purpose. This was all on purpose. It's all a part of the globalist depopulation agenda. I 100% believe that, and I 100% feel awful for them and for myself, for every woman who has fallen for the feminism psyop, and for every man who has fallen for the porn psyop. And I think there are men who have gotten out of the porn psyop, and a lot of them, maybe they don't even drink. A lot of them have given up their vices completely.
There you go. There you go. I still have a couple of vices, I ain't gonna lie. But where I was then and where I am now in prayer and worship, begging. Do you hear the word I just used? I beg for mercy today from the Spirit. I weep, I cry. I have private moments with the Spirit of truth, the living God, and I beg for His Spirit to be placed on me so my soul can return home to Him. Because the soul without the Spirit, the living God of truth, returns to the fire, folks. Okay? What I teach is the truth. You cannot deny any longer what I teach. I'm the only person that I know that learned the creation story. And you know it's an amazing story the way that I tell it. It's amazing.
And I think vices in general are bad. I've brought that up. Someone was relentless in saying, "How dare you?" I almost want to do like the Owen Benjamin, "How dare you?" It's just going on in my head. But
I've been trying to remember that comedian's name forever, man. Owen Benjamin. I followed him for a while. And he was a comedian, and he's pretty much left that side of it, but he's still having a hard time understanding that he's a Gentile. All right, here's the thing, folks. Okay, ask yourself this one question: what color is evil? As far as I know, man, on this plane of existence, it's all colors. But if you excuse me, if you peel the skin suit off of what's underneath the soul, what color do you have then? You don't have a color, do you? What you have is an evil, and this is what the Spirit says: test them by their fruits. Because today, we've been intermingling so hard, you don't know who has the Spirit on them. Our numbers that beg for the Spirit, the Creator, the self-existing, eternal God of truth, the living, okay, are very small. But our numbers are just far more powerful than 10,000 of you devil worshipers, because we worship in the Spirit's name. Let's continue.
How dare you, talk about porn when you drink wine, and blah, 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 blah. And, I already know, I've read Brave New World. I liken wine and alcohol to Soma from Brave New World. Nicotine, I just think nicotine is bad because I don't want to rely on the system. I'm personally not convinced nicotine is as bad as we've been told. kind of because they're trying to outlaw menthol cigarettes. There's something weird to me about that. But anyways, that's just me being, thinking a lot, thinking too much maybe. But I truly believe porn was a very, very well thought out, well constructed psyop. And I think it has destroyed the minds of men, and I think in the same way feminism has destroyed the minds of women. And it's just crazy, like the more you start to realize how much we've been fucked with, the more things lead to, yesterday I was saying like a lot of this like satanic shit has led me to realize that there's good, there's a God. It's also led me to realize that we've been treated, and maybe it was my generation where this started. A lot of people say it goes way further back. I'm not sure. Considering my views on the shape of the earth now, which I don't know, I think it's crazy that anyone asserts to know for sure when
I do. I know for sure, 100%, without any question of a doubt, the earth is absolutely 100% a flat plane of existence. It's flat, folks. It can be rolled up like a scroll. You understand that? Okay, the earth we live on is a flat plane. Okay, this is just another big lie that they've told. The moon landings, lie. Jesus Christ crucified, lie. They're the biggest lies ever told. Christ, they even told you in one of the Jesus Christ movies that they created. Jesus Christ, they said that the title of that movie was the greatest story ever told. It's a story, folks, right in front of your face. You Christians are so blind.
The only people that have told us are scientists and the government. And I think the religion that is battling with Christianity, something I don't know enough about. So
boy, folks, so listen, if you're of my channel over here, brother Sean, go over there. We got to jump on this one. This one here can be turned, man. She can come to the Lord, man. She's looking, she's searching. I hope she hears me, man, because this is a real strong battle, man. I reach for them all. I'm trying to reach the Gentiles, man, and teach you what's happened here. Okay?
When I say Christianity, and now that I believe in God, it's more so I believe in God. I don't ascribe to a religion yet. Not sure yet. But what I think is this Christianity is kind of battling this religion of science, which I think is kind of, it's all about inversion. It's all about, tricking the eye, deception, and convincing people for at least a century that, the earth is round. We're floating around this thing, and, it's normal to jerk off every single day. It's better for erectile dysfunction or whatever, which I've seen studies saying that that's not true. I've seen people...
masturbating is not okay, especially if you're doing it every day. That's a lot of strain on your prostate and the ejaculatory gland itself. Yeah, man. So believe you, whatever they're telling you in science and what they're trying to shove down your throat in Hollywood, like McConaughey in The Wolf on Wall Street, talking with Leonardo DiCaprio and asking him if he masturbates, and tells him that he's masturbating twice a day, I've been masturbating twice a day, Yeah, that shit sits in your mind. So, I mean, holy shit, man. I was so spun out on dope and everything myself. When I remember that line, shit, I outdo them, man. I made sure that I was 3 times a day. That's how twisted and fucked up my mind was on that shit. And now I know I'll never look at that shit ever again. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High for that.
Seen people saying it is true. I think it's not true. I think everything has been fed to us for a reason. And I think at the end of the day, it's this to benefit this globalist, transhuman science agenda. And I think we're all just kind of lab rats to an extent.
I commented on that too.
I don't know. I think they really, really did a fucking number on us.
She's right about that.
Yeah. I wish there was something I could do about it. And I think that's the thing, like on Twitter,
Pray.
you don't know.
Pray for your soul.
When I tweet something like, only weak men watch porn.
Only weak men do watch porn. You got to gird that shit up, man. Serve the Creator. The spirit ain't on you if you're watching pornography, folks. If you got your chain in your hand and you're jerking on that thing, you are not with the Spirit of God on you. Okay?
All that's going through my head is like, I think it's hurting people. I think this is bad. Blah, blah, blah. It's not because I hate men who watch porn. It's because I want to, when someone tells me I look like I've gained weight, I went on a date with someone recently who told me, and I am not saying this out of, I am not saying this so everyone is like, oh, he's an asshole, ooh, he's a bad guy. I appreciated this. I gained weight, okay? I gained weight. I've been losing it partially because this person told me the truth. He gave me a rating. He told me he was going to be honest with me. Gave me a rating.
See, she said she changed because he was the truth. He told her the truth, so partly because she told her the truth. Well, who cares? I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me, man. They can say something about my teeth. I have the money to fix my teeth, so fucking what now, bro? I don't give a fuck about my teeth anymore, man. If I get my teeth fixed, all I'm going to do is out chasing after tail again.
And it was an honest rating. And it wasn't low, but it was something that, it was a different rating than what I had heard in the past. And in the past, I was thinner, I was in better shape. When people are honest with you, it pushes you to change. And so when I tweet something like that, I'm thinking, it's brutally honest, like, this will help someone. And someone did answer and say, like, I recently relapsed.
It does help people. You do help people. You don't understand. The fact is, though, is they keep you from they ain't going to pump out the truth on your channels and stuff. They will suppress all your information and stuff. They don't want us reaching out for people.
Lapsed. And this is inspiring me to stop again. And there are people who, said that they quit and it's been a struggle, but they're really glad they did or whatever. But to me, personally, I think shame, a healthy dose of shame is a good thing.
Damn straight.
Because for too long we've been living in like the anti-bullying world where, now everyone's...
Shit, anti-bullying? Are you kidding me? That's all that goes on in this world. That is what exists, especially in law enforcement and politics and religion. That's all bullying.
There's like 100 million genders and everyone is fucking weirdo, gay, deranged, and it's hideous. A world without shame becomes...
See, this is where she just double-speaked and stuff because she's just bashing on all the gay community. But then earlier in the video, she says that they're great people. This is stuff you got to look at when people are double speaking and stuff. Okay? You can't be on both sides of the fence of this. Okay? You either got to ride on the God train, the Spirit of Truth train. And if you're on the Spirit of Truth train, then what you see in those people, that it's not the natural order and that they are an abomination to the Creator. You can't be around them. You can't approve of it because the minute you approve of it, it gives them the okay. They're like, okay, well, they don't care if I'm gay. I guess I'll come out of the closet. No, those that, like me, that are awake and absolutely have the scales removed off of our eyes, we are adamantly against anything that is not the natural order of our Creator.
It becomes a hideous world. People are supposed to feel shame. Porn is a shameful act. You're supposed to feel shame for it. Getting fat, you're supposed to feel shame.
I did feel shame, but not. I tell you what, man. When I was watching pornography, I I didn't feel shame until the Spirit ripped the scales off my eyes, and then I felt shame. Oh boy, did I feel shame. She's so right on that.
All of these things you should be shamed for. And so that is my thinking when I am saying something like that. And,
Well
you know,
done.
I do feel bad that men,
Don't.
like little kids, little boys, were introduced to this stuff way too early. Little girls were introduced to other things.
Right. What do you think these cell phones are today? They're in your children's hands. It's not you don't have to worry about. It's the young kid whose mom and dad are freaks at the home, and they do have video footage, and the kid has seen the pornography, and he does have the phone, and he does show pornography to the other children at school, man. Doesn't matter if you give your kid a school. Get your kid out of school. Stop letting the state raise your kid, man, and start raising them with the Spirit of God. If you're not raising a child by the Spirit of God, your household will fail, period. Okay? If you're jumping into a relationship and you think now that you're going to be married after you've laid down with multiple people, you don't understand that you are in a fornicating relationship. You are in an adulterous relationship. You must repent to the Lord before you go into this relationship and ask Him to forgive you for all of the past times that you've laid down with other men. You can't date in this plane of existence, folks. That's not what our bodies were for. They weren't for fornicating. We were sent here to learn something, and fornicating wasn't what we were sent here to learn.
Other things. I remember, one time I walked in downstairs into my parents' basement, and I turned on the TV, and my parents said, no watching a certain channel. So, of course, what I did, I put on that channel because my parents weren't paying attention at that moment. And the first thing that came on was the OC, and it was like literally in the middle of the scene where Misha Barton and Olivia Wilde were kissing. And I remember thinking, like, what is this? What does this mean? And then, I shut off the TV because I felt like I was seeing something I wasn't supposed to be seeing. And then I ran upstairs. But, like, that's what little boys to a way more fucked up degree have been shown as kids. For me, that made me feel weird. But for little boys, they got addicted to this thing so early. And then this undertones of this like over sexualization, kind of crept into so much stuff. Like, American Pie, and that was like a movie everyone watched, and SpongeBob, there were gay undertones, and there's all this stuff, like, you can find all this stuff throughout Hollywood and popular children's TV shows, like even Shrek. There were trannies in Shrek 2, and there was, the weird relationship between the dragon and the donkey, and now you've got furries and trannies and, all of this shit everywhere, and excuse my use of trannies, but I kind of like using that word, so I don't care. But
I don't care either. They're mentally disturbed. They're deranged. They're sheer evil. Oh, I wish people understood that. If you are gay, you are evil. You are an abomination to the Spirit. Get aside and run from me, devil. Not calling you a devil, apostate. But I am trying to get you off of thinking that you know a lot of great people that are gay, because that is not correct.
Yeah, I just think, like, fuck, we've been psyoped so hard, and it just made me think so much about the way people reacted today, or the way people reacted today made me think so much about this. And it's just been, fuck this. I wanted to make this video short. I'm sorry I've been doing long, like 20-minute videos recently. I'm sure it's not that fun for you guys to listen to me just about porn and trannies and all of that.
Oh, everybody loves you talking about this. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding?
I don't know, dude.
I call my audience dude sometimes too.
I'm very sad for humanity. And, when I went down that...
I'm sad that humanity fell away from the Lord. That's what I'm sad for. I'm not sad for humanity, those that turned completely 100%, that fucking just fell into this nasty scene, but I'm sad for the human that serves the Lord and has to see what this nasty, bitter place is to realize what good and evil is. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who's one. There is none like him, man. Okay? Don't forget, folks, we're breeding out Nephilim in this plane of existence. If you talk about the spirit of truth, the living God, and they flee from you, that's all right. That's what you're supposed to do. Get them the fuck away from you.
On that like little train, shame rant. You know, the thing is, I do genuinely care about the future. I do genuinely care about man.
Man and mankind are not the same, and the future is in deep despair right now. Those who read the Bible understand this. This is what I'm trying to wake you up to.
I want man to win. I want good to win. I see man as good. I see...
Good will not win on this plane of existence until the spirit of truth, the living God, comes back and wipes everything off the fucking face of the earth that's evil. Okay?
I mean, I see most man as good. I see some as...
Mark 15:45 or 15:37. As Jesus was leaving, a man ran up and knelt before him and said, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus replied, "Why do you call me good? None is good but God alone." This is exactly the thinking why we're in this desperate position, is people don't understand that we are in a plane of existence that is inherently evil, not good. This is not the good playland. This is the evil shithole world where you learn what fucking evil is. This plane is evil, and good will not prevail on this plane until the spirit comes back and wipes all the evil pieces of shit and throws them into the fucking fire. Those that didn't want to worship him.
Potentially demons.
Demons, yes.
You know, I think you do come across like people who are inhabited by that kind of thing.
We're all inhabited, all of us.
Women, in general, are good, and if they...
Why do you think that old slang exists? You got to kill the beast within yourself, or you go into beast mode, because there's a human race that were created beast. In Genesis 1:25, God created the beasts of the field, each according to their kind. Hidden meaning, God created the United Nations, each according to their kind.
They can return to, you know, if they can get rid of this women, this ridiculous idea of feminism, and men.
I agree with that.
Things like porn and degeneracy.
Yeah, get rid of that.
You see people who promote fitness, eating healthy.
Well, I think if you're going to do fitness, you do fitness at home. Personally, myself, because you're putting yourself in those tight little leotards. You're running around a gym with your ass hanging out in leotards, and that's just a playground for sin. It's no more than a dance floor. It's floor play. That's what it is. A gym is floor play, just like everything else, man. Like a dance club, a nightclub, a gym is the exact same thing. Look at my rear end. Look at how hot I am. You want to pump iron? Get a gym and work out at home, man. You're putting yourself in idol worship. People got to understand that. When you put yourself in little leotards that show off your hiney and your legs and your tits, you are making yourself an idol for worship. It's not supposed to be that way. We're supposed to keep ourselves covered.
You know, not drinking, all of that stuff, and no porn. And those men are good. Like, those are good people to fucking follow. Get rid of that shit. It's good for you. And it'll only lead to you making babies and, you know...
No, I'm past baby
We can
time.
only defeat evil with good. And I see porn and I see feminism as inherently evil. And I see them as having attacked both of us, men and women. And I really care about changing that. I can only change it really in myself, and I can only spread a message. Whether this made sense or not, it's all I can do. You know, I'm not some big media personality. I don't have a team behind me. People make fun of my video quality.
But she would like to be all that. She's not careful, man. Some man's going to come along because she's beautiful. They'll give her all she wants. They're going to offer her $130,000 in your own podcast. And as soon as they start tempting you, then you'll understand what it is I went through.
I don't fucking know how to do this shit. I just have things to say, and I feel like I have to say them. And I really appreciate everyone who has listened to me. I'm sorry if, I really hurt people's feelings, or, but I genuinely...
There you go. Don't. Straight truth. Let me tell you this for advice. Straight up, man. Don't care what anybody else thinks of you. Fuck the world. This is a shithole. You ain't going to be able to save this world, apostate. The only one that you can save in this world is yourself. You can learn this information that I have, and then you can take it to other people's, and you can repent to the Lord for your fornications and your dating and your going out. And I'm just telling you straight. You say you like the truth. Well, here's the truth right in your face, okay? It may be too late for you at 30 years of age to have a child and hope for the marriage and everything. This country's under judgment. What's going to happen is only going to get worse, and that's straight talk.
I think it's really worth it to take a look at what you're doing. Is it hurting you? I think it is. I think it's hurting you. I think it's hurting man. Just as I think feminism is. Just as I think, I think abortions are potentially the most evil thing in existence.
They are. You're killing a child. Yes, you are. From the very moment of conceiving.
Odd and fucked up that they, just leaked that. Something is up about that. This Supreme Court shit was leaked. I don't want abortions. I don't want them happening. I don't want porn happening. I don't want men sitting alone, feeling like they can't get a real woman watching porn, or hating real women watching porn, or hurting their relationships watching porn. Just as I don't want women being whores and hurting themselves. It only hurts you. All of this shit is hurting you. It's hurting your future. It's hurting the future of mankind. That's the shit that I care about. I swear to God.
Mankind are demons. Don't forget that. Okay, they're kind of a man. They're not full man. They're lacking something. What is it they're shellacking? They're shellacking the spirit. There's no spirit on them. They're demons, folks. This plane of existence is a demon realm. You understand that? People wearing flesh suits. Beautiful, gorgeous women. I like this video. It's a good video, man. We're going to close out. We're going to let her finish up for her last minute, man, and then I'm done.
It's not because I want to be mean. I genuinely care about this shit. I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have started doing this fucking thing and embarrassing myself.
You're not embarrassing yourself. Who cares?
I'm literally, I'm incriminating
No, man, you're not embarrassing yourself. You're teaching people how to repent, but you need to repent yourself.
myself. Two, I'm embarrassing myself.
You ain't said anything that's embarrassing, man. You want to hear some shit that's embarrassing, float around on my channel, listen to what I've said about myself. There ain't anybody that's exposed theirself like I've exposed myself. The porn, all of it. Man, this is why I watched this video. This is why I played it on my channel.
As I was saying, I don't have a big team behind me. I don't have my makeup done.
None of that matters.
We're very
That's just garbage.
Makeup. I don't have a team. This is just me being honest and embarrassing myself. So, thank you. I appreciate you listening. And also, by the way, I had a few donations recently that kind of changed my life. Changed my month. Like, you guys helped me a lot. You have no idea. I'm sure you do have an idea, but I don't talk about my finances much on here. That was extremely helpful.
All right.
You watch me.
Guys, I'm going to end it with that. Overall, this was a good video that she made. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High. I want to get this uploaded. Y'all have a great day. Blessings to you, the children of the Creator, and those that serve one Spirit. This is White Raptor News Ministries.